I know it's in the constitution, but who's the chief of staff?
Well, the chief of staff immediately is the head of the staffers, persons whom the president appoints to work in his office, by law, by constitution, Article 58, executive power vests in the president. In the presidency is also the vice president. And, of course, he needs people to work and execute, to enable to execute his functions. So the people, the officials he appoints, essentially are the first and foremost the presidential staffers. But there are other persons, people who are, posted from the civil service or public service to his office. And you can also employ people, experts and whatnot to work with. But the presidential staff constitute those he appoints under the Presidential Staff Office Act.
What about ministers, deputy ministers and CEOs?
Yeah, they fall outside that category. The ministers, they fall outside the presidential staff, but these are constitutional appointees. The law talks about the president appointing them to execute the executive authority.
So the chief of staff is not responsible for them?
No, technically not. But the chief of staff is like a coordinate thing. Through him, processes go up to the president, and then he directs what should be done because of the nature of the constitutional arrangement that we opted for. Not the Westminster Prime Minister arrangement, but the power of the state vests in the president. It's him we hold responsible because he has the three powers of state. He all vested in him. He's immediately the head of government. He's immediately the head of the armed forces, but essentially he's also the head of state. When he's performing that function, he must tower above party or partisan levels. So it's a very powerful position indeed.
Okay. Now, Chief, you were not President Kufuor's first chief of staff.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you weren't. Now, a question is, what do you look out for in a chief of staff? Who must be a chief of staff?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Well, I believe the chief of staff will be somebody who is very close to the president. Close in the sense that you are in the office, maybe you are the first person he contacts on a lot of things. So it should be somebody who has some rapport with who will be able to talk to the president on more, not only on official levels, but also on unofficial levels. Somebody who the president will have confidence in, that he could leave things to him and he should report truly to him. So there should be some sort of cordiality between them. They should understand themselves. They should understand themselves very well. And if they knew themselves before they came together, it helps. For example, in my case, I knew the president from secondary school. Oh, he was 1 year ahead of me.
At Prempeh?
At Prempeh.
Okay.
So during those days, secondary school, maybe total population is about 600. So you know yourself, you become clannish, if I will use that word. And then after secondary school also, we became members of parliament in the same party in 1979.
The Third Republic?
In the Third Republic.
Okay.
So he was somebody I've known.
You were MP for where?
For at that time they called the constituency Mpiani South.
Okay.
That's what is now Afija Secretary East.
Okay.
Afija Secretary East. So
is that where I came to?
Yes,
your hometown.
Yes.
Hometown.
Yeah, that's where you came to. So I was lucky to work with somebody I've known over some time. And I think because of that also, the relationship between us was extremely cordial, if I put it that way. And therefore, because I have known him for a long period, and he has known me also over a longer period, he could leave a lot of things to me because I understood him and he also understand the way I behaved, the way I reacted to him and to other people. And therefore, we had a very smooth working relationship to the extent that he could leave a lot of things to me to handle, which on that, as a chief of staff, you are advisor to the president. You are, as my friend, you are the sort of bridge between him and all his appointees. Everybody will have to come to you to talk. Even if they want to go to the president to discuss some issues, they may come and seek your advice because they believe that you know the president, may know the president's thinking. So they come to you to seek your advice. And because I have known him over this long period, we have some very close working relationship.
Why did he have to add Minister for Presidential Affairs to your portfolio?
It was simply because there were things you have to go to Parliament.
Okay.
And as a chief of staff, you go to Parliament as a visitor.
Okay.
But if you're a minister, you go there on authority of your position. So you could send bills, which I think I sent about 2 or 3 bills to the House. And you are always allowed to go. Otherwise, a chief of staff, yes, they will allow you in, but...
So then you have to rely on another minister to do those things for you.
To do a lot of things, yeah.
Okay. All right, I get it. So, yes.
I was just going to add that, one, like my colleague said, one critical thing is about loyalty. In governance, loyalty is very important. It's extremely important. You must have people you can trust.
More important than competence?
No, I was just going to come to that. I mean, the first and foremost, you must trust a person. You may have a very competent but disloyal person.
Right.
Which one do you choose?
Right.
So you must have somebody who is very competent, who execute your the responsibilities assigned to you, which part you have passed to him. But at the same time, you must be loyal. Somebody you can count on. Now, in your absence, he will not collude with people. He will not deceive you. He will not abuse that office because it's a huge office. It's not, one just letter. I've read something like the president has issued a letter, saying that some people should be released from prison.
Yes.
The next day, there's a letter which says that no, the president has never said anything like that. Well, what does that mean? Or the president has sent some documents to Parliament for the approval of a loan. The president has to come back. It should never happen. You get me? In the AFRC period, if you know, there were terrible things. Those days, people were saying, "Oh, somebody has been sentenced to 99 years imprisonment." 2 hours later, then the AFRC will come out. No. The chairman of AFRC has never issued that. No, there must be stability in governance. It should be very clear. That's why the issue of loyalty. Yes. I was at the time, for instance, PNEC put in there that your signature must be the authoritative signature. So even if you come back, say the chairman of the PNEC says this, I said, okay, you go. I'll issue it in 10 minutes. He's waiting to clear it with the boss, first. Yes, but I have to go. So I don't know. So because I'm trusting you. It's what the boss says.
So is the chief of staff a yes man, a person who massages the ego of the president?
That is the wrong person to choose.
That's the wrong person to choose. I agree with him.
Exactly.
That would be dangerous for you as a president.
Very dangerous for you as a president.
You must be able to tell your boss, I think this is wrong, and discuss it with him. Let him give you an example. There have been instances when the president reports from, say, national security to the president, and the president would just minister to me, this person must go. I looked at it and said, what is the reason for this? So your president has instructed you, you can't say no. So I will wait for maybe a day or two and go back to him. Mr. President, I believe this thing is not right, and give reasons why I think these things are not right. And the president will look at it and are you sure about this? I said, why don't you let these other people check to find out if what I'm saying is right or wrong? So they will check and come back to whether what I have told him is the right thing.
Right.
So the chief of staff, the president, should be, as he rightly said, loyal. Loyalty is very important. Competence, I believe you take the person because you think he's competent. But very important that he must be loyal to you. And very important that he should be able to look you in the face and tell you, sir, I think this thing is wrong.